It's definitely tougher for Cody than it is for anybody else in the quarterback room. The concussion and not being able to perform for the rest of the preseason most likely is going to hinder his chances of getting some good tape on why we should keep him as our third quarterback. Now, make no mistake, Josh McCown is not being brought in to be a camp arm. He's not coming out of retirement for that. I highly doubt it. He will be the third quarterback on the roster. He will be the third quarterback on the roster. Now, you're going to have Wentz, you're going to have Sutton, you're going to have Josh McCown. With Josh McCown, right now, what he provides is the ability for the younger wide receivers trying to make the roster and the wide receivers who have a lot to gain from having good performances and the rest of this preseason. He gives them the chance to do that. Now, I saw some good things out of Clayton. I really did. But you need a veteran wide receiver sometimes. You need a veteran quarterback sometimes. And I think this was a good move by the Philadelphia Eagles to persuade a man to come out of retirement. What does he have to play for? What does he have to play for? Wasn't he just broadcasting for ESPN? What does he gain possibly coming out of retirement right now? The chance to get a ring. Not just anybody going to come out of retirement to be a third string quarterback. I mean, I highly doubt money was the motivation. Would he get $2 million? Probably wasn't going to make that much in the broadcast booth this year, but I firmly believe that one of the deciding factors was, hey, I could finally walk away from my 17th season, with a Super Bowl ring. Now, I don't know if he got a Super Bowl ring. I don't know if he got one right now. That doesn't even matter. But the fact that he decided to come join the Philadelphia Eagles, add some depth to this quarterback room, add some knowledge and some experience to Carson Wentz, just being there, that veteran presence that he can lean on. Now, see, Carson Wentz is in a unique position. Carson Wentz is in a situation to where he has quarterbacks around him at all times. His coach, the head coach, is a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Nate Sudfeld has sat and learned from Carson Wentz. He sat and learned. Everybody's learned from Nick Foles. Now you bring in Josh, a guy with, a guy who's been around this league, a guy who's made his bones, just trying to compete for starting jobs, and he's done that year in and year out. He's made rosters. He's had a pretty long career as a journeyman quarterback. He is. I say he's on the level of a Ryan Fitzpatrick, but Ryan Fitzpatrick has definitely been able to show his ability way more than Josh McCown has, in my opinion. Ryan Fitzpatrick has some memorable performances as a starting quarterback, but this guy coming in right now into this very vulnerable situation to where we need a veteran presence at the quarterback position, I think is huge for us to go ahead and make that step. Howie Roseman proves yet again that, when problems arise, he is quick to reconstruct and he is quick to redirect fire to get us into positions that we need to be in. We need a quarterback, no problem. Now, the only problem right now that I have with the Philadelphia Eagles roster is it's going to be hard. Now, Carson Wentz, Nate Sudfeld, and Josh McCown, those guys are going to be the quarterbacks. They're going to be the 1, 2, and 3 quarterback. Now, as we narrow down the 53-man roster, I think it's going to be really hard to cut these wide receivers. It's going to be really hard. Who do you keep? Do you keep Marcus Michelle? Do you keep Greg Ward? Who do you keep? Do you still hold on to this project of Mac Hollins, who's not been able to perform, who's not been able to stay healthy? What do you do at some of these positions for the 53-man roster? I don't think nobody is going to be able to for sure pick who's going to be in the running back room, the wide receiver room, probably even the linebacker room, the cornerback room. Nobody is going to be able to 100% the safety room. I mean, there's only a few positions where you could guarantee who's going to be on this 53-man roster. Defensive tackle is kind of sort of one of them. Offensive tackle is kind of sort of one of them. You know what I'm saying? But quarterback is the only one that I know for sure. And I know this about Josh McCown. He ain't come out of retirement just to get a couple weeks of preseason in. He ain't come out for that. He came out of retirement to ride this thing out. He's going to go back to the broadcasting booth after this season. He came to contribute any way he can. If we got to rest Carson Wentz's arm for practices and stuff like that, he came to contribute. And this is a really big week for the Philadelphia Eagles, a really big week. Don't we practice against the Baltimore Ravens? really big week for the Philadelphia Eagles. You know what I mean? I don't think they plan on playing Carson Wentz at all in the preseason, but they plan on playing him in these practices, which I think could be more dangerous than preseason games. That kind of baffles me. That baffles me. Teams got a lot more to risk and a lot more to play for, and they want to show their stuff more in a practice game than they do in a preseason game, in my opinion. Now, preseason games get televised, but I really feel like that this Carson Wentz getting a lot of work theory in this live practice situation against the Baltimore Ravens. I think that's more dangerous than a live action preseason game. I think it's more dangerous because you can't get fined for hitting the hell out of somebody in training camp or in practice. You can't get fined for taking a dirty, cheap shot at somebody. It's a lot of stuff we got to worry about. We got to make sure we protect Carson Wentz in all situations, man. Practice. The offensive line got hella work to do, man. This little training thing against the Baltimore Ravens, this ain't nothing to take lightly. And Josh McCown got to soak up some game. He got to be ready to make some throws happen in that preseason game against those guys so we can give some of these wide receivers chances to be able to make plays, to get their tape together. Now, if you don't feel like you're making the Eagles roster right now, if you're a player, my message to you is simple. Get your tape together. Get your highlight reel tape together because teams are going to be looking. Get your stuff together right now. Still go out there and still try to make plays because you never know who your audition tape is going to fall in the hands of, man. Lord Brunson back at you with the back at you. I am the best reporting on the Eagles, man. Welcome, Josh McCown, man. I knew we was going to get a veteran quarterback. I knew we needed one. You know what I mean? I just didn't think it would be Josh McCown. I thought he was retired and done. But you know what I mean? Like I said, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Whoever comes in to play and place the Carson Wentz, the season most likely will be done. It will most likely be done. There's only a few people that I believe a few backups in the NFL that'll be able to come in and contribute to the Eagles if emergency arises. Now, our best chance is Nate Sudfeld, but I believe if we had Ryan Tannehill or something like that, then I believe Ryan Tannehill could still win some playoff games. You know what I mean? Ryan Tannehill is about to take Marcus Mariota's job, in my opinion. But that's neither here nor there, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. Do you think it was a good pickup or not? It doesn't matter if it's a good pickup. All that matters is it's another arm that takes the pressure off Carson's arm in practice, man. Let me know what you guys think.